All right, a warning for pet parents as your furry friends adventure outdoors during these summer days. They could be at risk for a potentially fatal illness.
Heartworm disease can be transmitted anywhere you find mosquitoes. So it's an even bigger concern right now as local experts are warning of a bad mosquito season this summer. Joining us on the couch with more on heartworm disease and ways to prevent transmission and protect your pets is veterinarian Dr. Thomas Makowiak from Wellhaven Pet Health. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. Very timely here for a very important topic. Let's first talk about what exactly is heartworm disease and how it can spread.
So you just mentioned it, mosquitoes, right? They play a crucial role in transmission. You have to imagine you have a dog that's positive, means has little heartworm larvae in its body floating. A mosquito comes in, pokes the dog, sucks up blood meal, and sucks up some of those larvae as well. Now it will buzz around for 2 weeks. Those larvae mature in the mosquito's belly, and it finds another dog, let's say your dog, who's negative. It will poke it, drink blood, and actually regurgitates those little nasty larvae onto the wounds that the mosquito created. They go into your dog's body and mature for 6 months and start living in their heart, actually in the pulmonary artery.
Wow.
And you can imagine, right, if you have a foot-long worm living in your heart, a lot of symptoms will start happening. Your dog will start coughing, will get exercise intolerance, maybe fluid in the belly, and it can be a fatal disease. And the big problem is, right, you don't notice it right away. It takes about 6 months to start seeing symptoms. And by that time, you definitely need to see a veterinarian for pretty expensive treatment.
So prevention, the way to go about this, not reaction, it sounds like. How do you prevent this?
Absolutely. You want to ask a veterinarian for a yearly heartworm test, make sure your dog is negative, and now keep it that way. The mistake would be, it's negative, have a good day. No. Now you need to do some prevention. Ask your veterinarian. There are injections that last up to a year as a prevention. There are monthly chewables, there are topicals. You definitely need to talk to a veterinarian about this prevention.
So there's lots of different options, and then are different types of dogs a little more receptive to certain treatments? You do want to make sure that it's the appropriate type of treatment for your pet, right?
Right. Prevention-wise, again, your veterinarian can decide if your dog is good with treats or maybe gets a stomach upset, or different breeds. You then can choose the injection over the pills. Treatment is the same for all, and unfortunately it's very harsh, very expensive, and you don't want to put your dog through it. If you have a cat, even worse, because there's no treatment once you're positive in cats.
Oh, wow.
You have to hope they don't die and just do palliative care, which is very, very scary. So your kitty definitely needs to be on prevention as well.
Oh, that's so sad. And would that be the case for even indoor cats? If you have an outdoor cat, certainly, but even indoor cats, I mean, I think about bugs can get in the house. You never know.
That's exactly right, right? You open your window, you might be on your terrace, and a mosquito will fly in, right? We get mosquito bites in-house, in the house, so the same goes for your pets. I tell you, for years, we thought it's not a big deal here because we compared ourselves to the South, where there's tens and thousands of cases. But we have here in Oregon and Washington every year about 700 to 800 cases confirmed or reported, which is probably 3 to 4 times more than we actually know.
Wow, definitely a problem. Okay, let's say you're at that spot that where 6 months down the line you didn't realize that your dog had that this had been developing because you don't show those symptoms for 6 months. You're seeing those symptoms for the first time. What's the game plan?
You see the symptoms like a cough, or your dog has trouble exercising, is always out of breath after a couple blocks of walking with you. You have to go to a veterinarian and tell them, look, this is a new development, I know what's going on, I heard about heartworm disease. Push maybe a veterinarian sometimes because we don't always think about that as well. You need to be tested, x-rays, blood tests, and then we have a clear answer.
Well, really good reminders. As we mentioned, mosquitoes, you've probably noticed they're starting to pop up as we get into the warmer weather. It's going to be a concern this summer, so it's a concern for the pets too.
No doubt.
Dr. Makowiak, thank you so much for joining us. Good advice.
Thank you.
And if you have some questions for your vet, if you need to find a new veterinarian, get some care for your pets, you can schedule checkups and more at wellhaven.com.